Hello, everyone. It's me again, Type Rex. You can call me Rex, and if there's some of my public health friends out there, they know me as Alan. It's good to see you again for the second run of the evening for me. Our marathon, Rejects and Friends, is supporting Planned Parenthood today, an organization that is so important to many members of RAF and myself and the one professor that is watching right now. Planned Parenthood wants you to know your health is our highest priority, and we believe your body is your own. Let's get it started. You can type in !donate in chat and help donate to a cause that supports safe birth control, family planning, and sex education for men, women, and young people worldwide. Guys, we've raised $6,296 so far. That is a marathon record, and I'm so excited to see how much farther we can go. Let's get some donations and incentives for you. A $10 donation during this run of Hyperlight Drifter will enter you into a raffle for the fantastic poster that is RAF specific, that was drawn by You Done Goofed. Make sure when you type in, or when you put in your donation, you add it to your cart. It doesn't automatically apply, and I want you to be able to be eligible for that if you donate $10 or more. And the other bid war we have going on is for our final run of the evening, the Skyward Sword. The file name bid war is still ongoing. Oo is still currently in the lead at $221.01, soundly beating Gross by about $80, where Gross is sitting at $164.10. All right, and as a final reminder to everyone, I am matching donations right now. I put a second match donation incentive right now, so every dollar that you donate counts double. There's $105 left in this matching donation. It expires at the end of the marathon. I know we're looking around our couch cushions for coins and dollars, but please, every dollar makes a big difference. With that being said, I'm going to hand it over to Mechanical Snail for this awesome run of Hyperlight Drifter.
Thank you, Rex. Hello, everybody. I am Mechanical Snail. I've been running this game for a few years now, Hyperlight Drifter, and today I have for you all modules, no major glitches, kind of like a inbound category. We're not going to be walking through any walls, and we're not going to be doing any shenanigans to gain control during cutscenes. But other than that, we're just going to be playing the game really fast and completing all the bosses, most of the dungeons. So without further ado, I'm getting ready to start a file up.
And as you get that file started up, I do want to remind everyone that we have one more incentive. I missed out on it. We have the Pet the Dog incentive. That's going to come up about 40 minutes into the run. Snail can give you a little more info about that.
Yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit for a minute or two into the run. But for now, I'll just count you down. I'll be ready in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So right off the bat, there's going to be a big lore cutscene. I'm literally just going to type /skip into my keyboard to skip that, and we'll get off into the races into the tutorial. We're playing as the Drifter, who has some kind of terminal illness, like turbo radiation tuberculosis or something. He coughs up blood all the time. Don't worry about it. He's fine. So he's on a search for a cure, and he's a warrior. He's a Drifter. In this tutorial here, we're going to learn about the controls. We're going to be able to dash. We're going to be able to fight. We have a sword that we can slash in up to 3 slashes before it goes on cooldown. And in this next room here, we will get the other counterpart to the sword, the gun. It will start us out with a pistol. The guns in this game have a certain amount of ammo. The pistol has 6 ammo, and you refill ammo by slashing with your sword. So the gameplay loop for combat is to intersperse both ranged weapon attacks with the guns and sword hits with your melee. And then when you're gaining your ammo back from the sword, you can keep doing that cycle over and over again. We, as speedrunners, are able to take advantage of this to great effect because the pistol actually has no end lag on it at all. So we can immediately combo that into a sword slash to essentially get 2 damage per attack instead of just 1, which is really crazy when most of the enemies in this game have exactly 2 HP. So we can just start insta-deleting things. And we will come up here on our first big cutscene. We are going to have some impending doom as a sick man, and we're going to meet our big friend here, Judgment, the antagonist of the game. We're going to pass out in this field while he, threatens to kill us or something. And we're going to be rescued by the town hero, the Guardian, another drifter. So you'll see he has us here at a campfire. He's taking care of us. At the bottom of the screen, there is a dog. The dog is some kind of like spiritual deity guidance thing. He'll guide us through our journey. And if we meet that incentive to pet the dog, I will be doing a little bit of glitchy shenanigans in order to go and give him some stitches about 40 minutes into the run. Because he's a good boy and he deserves it. But for now, the Guardian has taken us back into the town, given us his bed for the moment. He's left us a map. Now we can use that map in order to fast travel to waypoints that we unlock. We're going to walk out into town, and right here is a waypoint. So we can get quick access back to the main town if we need it. Here's a gate to the end game here in town, but in order to unlock it, we'll have to progress through more of the game. And we can go in any cardinal direction from town. We can go west, north, south, but we will begin heading north to the snow biome because it has like a lot of money along the main route and it's pretty condensed. So it'll be fast to get through. Here are some dirts. We're going to just plink them again with our sword and pistol to delete them very quickly and get going. The main movement mechanic of this game is this dash. As you can see, I have dashes that I can do in sets of up to 3, with the exception of ledges being able to reset that. So like if you play it risky and you hit a ledge and you get held back just along the edge of a ledge on the first 2 dashes of your set of 3, the game will actually treat it as if you'd only done 1 dash and refill your dashes. So a lot of the game is all about touching against ledges and getting extra dashes into your sets of dashes in the early game before we can get an upgraded dash later in the run. Oh, here I'll fall. I'm going to shoot that guy just to be safe. And here are some wolves that I want to take care of because they can be very pestery. And here I'm getting multiple dash resets along these ledges. Here's the return of the dog. I can't pet him right now. It would require some real jank glitches to do so, but we get to say hi. And we also get to say hi to our friend the Guardian, the town hero. Now this is all modules. Each biome, north, east, west, south, has 8 modules hidden in it, either in a hidden little location like this one, or at the end of an arena or a dungeon. The game requires you to get at least 4 per region in order to finish the game, but being in an all modules category, we're going to get all 8 as a bit of a completion category. I'm going to pull up the menu and close it to skip a little cutscene there, and then work my way onwards through the north. There are some wolves in this room that I do not want to bother me. And then we will be introduced to the birds of the region here in this room with a cutscene. The deal in the north region is that there are bird people here with their own society, but they've kind of been overrun by a personality cult of some sort, and the whole region has just gone to crap as a result. So these hooded birds have some magic lasers that they can do, which is very threatening as it does 2 damage, and we have 5 health total. I'm also going to pick up this key. A handful of doors in the game require keys to be opened, and that's a very fast one to grab right there. One remaining in this room, and I will continue. This room has a big swarm of birds right here. This guy, okay, one of these guys in the swarm has a gear bit, a piece of currency, when you kill him. So I'm going to be going for that. I will also maybe do a safety heal here real quick. There we go. And as you can see, I just picked up my 4th bit of currency, and that together makes $1. I'm going to need $3, so I'm going to need 12 gear bits individually for my dash upgrade. Here we have an arena where any spawn on a timer or as a result of other enemies being killed. These 3 guys died, now a wolf will spawn here. I'm going to leave this cardinal here alive so he can possibly knock me out of my victory cutscene. Yes. You finish an arena, oftentimes you'll do a little triumphant swirl of your sword, but he posthumously hit me and was able to knock me out of that, saving me a good second or two. I picked up the Northern Region's fast travel warp pad there in that room, and now I'm going to our first dungeon of the north to get our second module. This dungeon is centered around crusher blocks, which will be a recurring theme throughout the game. They are large, insta-kill blocks that run on a cycle. I just need to kill these 3 birds quickly, and then we will see where they're at. I'll wait, just to be safe. And I'll sneak in here to find a hidden key to open one of those doors later. The crushers in the north are fairly scary as far as dungeon mechanics go. Just because if you get off cycle, you really have to improvise and wing it and risk instant death. So I will be a little bit focused, especially in this coming up room. But if you have a moment, I'm open to hearing what the people have to say, Rex.
Thanks, Neil. Yeah, we have 2 donations that just came in. The first one is from Grant for $25. Thank you so much, Grant. No comment left, but again, we appreciate every dollar that comes our way. And then we have another donation by You Done Goofed, $10. He is the illustrator for our raffle prize right now, and he was respectful enough not to add his own name to the raffle. So thank you, Goof, for your $10. And his comment is, "Let's go, Snail. You got this, and this should hopefully be the reminder I need to actually finish this game." This run is my own reminder to finish the game as well. It's been sitting in my backlog for too long. So, but thank you for your incredible commentary so far, Snail.
Oh yeah, it's an excellent game. Heart Machine really doesn't miss with their games. They have a really nice style. I'm just going to wait for safety on this cycle as well. And then this coming up room has a pretty tight cycle I need to make. I'm going to grab this gear bit here for money. Wait for these guys to sneak behind this one. And sneak ahead of this one. Into one of the tougher arenas in the game where you just get absolutely swarmed by birds. Excellent. That was really good. I'm happy with that. Alright. So, we picked up the north waypoint earlier, so we can fast travel to it while we're picking out this module. Kind of stack those cutscenes on top of each other. Not a glitch, by the way, or rather not a major glitch. And we will continue on our way. In addition to the modules in each region, we also need to raise a pillar locked behind the region's boss. You can see in the top left of this room, there's a big pillar for us to interact with. And I'm going to go through a cathedral and kill the north boss in just a moment so that we can get access to that. I'm going to drop down these ledges and open this door here. And we'll be on our way towards Jerk Pope is his name in the file, because he's a pope and he is a jerk. Or commonly known as perhaps the Hierophant. It is... North is one of the harder areas, especially because of the boss being a lot of RNG, and we are a little bit under-equipped right now with just our pistol. But I'm going to get a whole bunch of ledge resets on these dashes through here. I'll grab this health kit for safety, and grab this next save point in this next room for safety as well, for this arena. Good. Alright. On our fourth module of each region, this is our fourth module of the north, we will get haunted by Judgment, our good friend who wishes us ill. So instead of like spending 20 seconds watching a cutscene of him smashing us, I'm just going to quit the menu and then reload the game and get right back into the flow. I need a little bit more ammo for this coming boss, so I'll destroy some books with my sword. That should probably be enough. And open the boss. Full health, full ammo, feels good. Jerk Pope is going to send trails of damaging floor at us that do 2 HP each if they hit us. So it can get pretty out of hand pretty quick. But we can hopefully do a little bit of a nipping here while he's in the center to make sure he doesn't get any movements off and he just stays put for a long time. He ended up in a lower corner, which is not ideal, but it was a very fast, clean fight, so I'm happy with that. He's going to drop 3 gear bits, bringing us up to a total of $3. And as a reward for the fight, we are going to receive a different gun, the laser gun. In Hyper Light Drifter, you can hold up to 2 guns, and you can swap between them at will. If you get more than 2 guns, you have to manually equip them onto your belt at a different time. But the laser is a 2 damage piercing straight line shot with no spray at all. So it's good for long precision shots, and a lot of the enemies in the game have 2 HP, so if you can line up a multi-kill with it, it is very efficient. We are going to not immediately go back for the rest of the modules in North. First, we're going to get our dash upgrade, the Chain Dash. So now, instead of just dashing in sets of up to 3, you can see we have a stamina bar in the top left corner of the screen. That little gray bar above my health bar. That is consumed when you chain dash it together. Chain dashing has a lot of depth to it. I could talk about it all day. But essentially, any dash that you chain together after the first costs stamina. And if you've chained together 3 or more, you run the risk of bonking on walls. You get knocked down and stunned for a moment. If you chain together 4 or more, you slide out and lose control of the drifter at the end of the dash, which is usually pretty slow, and you don't want to do it, with the exception of if you're doing a large chain dash and sliding out through a room transition, you don't care about getting stunned because you're transitioning rooms. Here we have a dark room labyrinth to run through. I'm not going to be doing any dashes of 3 or more length because, well, first of all, it's a very long room. I would probably run out of stamina if I did large chains. And secondly, I do not want to bonk on the walls. So I just have to memorize my way through the room, interact with this guy here while not getting killed by the spiders to lower this wall. There's 1 crusher in this room that I'm going to wait for. Clear out these skeletons and get to the 5th module of North, I believe this is. Warping out while I collect it. Now, headed back to North, I'm going to need a little bit more money because I want to buy a grenade as a AoE option, which is not necessarily the fastest thing, but it is nice utility to have, and I just like having it in the route. So at the bottom of this room here, I'm going to get this gear bit and its partner just outside right here. I see I'm at full health kit, so I'm pretty confident with what I have. This dungeon here is themed around falling platforms that fall out from underneath you. So I'll make my way through these hallways You see these platforms disappear underneath me, so I have to keep moving. Do a little bit of combat here. Don't get hit by him. And there's a module just hidden through a hidden wall here. This whole dungeon is just a lot of combat, a lot of plinking, a little bit of laser stretch that we'll get to see how that's used. But for now, I'm just going to keep moving. So if you have any notes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm happy to provide an update on all of the things we've got going on during this run, Snail. First off is we have that matching donation incentive going on right now. Every dollar that you donate counts as two. There are $70 left in that donation incentive. And every $10, well, not every $10, a $10 donation will get you into the raffle for the Hyperlight Drifter poster, illustrated by Ya Done Goofed. Make sure to add that to your cart. And before I get ahead of myself, make sure to type !donate in chat to get to the link to donate, and !schedule to take a look at that poster. It's on page 12 of that PDF. In other updates regarding our bid war for the Skyward Sword file name, Ulu and Owo is standing tall at $221, but Bruce is still within striking distance at $174. And lastly, our Hyperlight Drifter specific target of Pet the Dog is still sitting at $10 out of the $75 required.
Alright, so here we're introduced to a new enemy type, a Rocketeer. You're not going to see them do anything because I really don't want them to be able to fire off any rockets. Never mind, you are going to get to see them do something. Alright, that is an unfortunate place to die, to be quite honest, but here I'm going to collect that gear bit going through the door again in order to skip the little tiny cutscene you get when you collect your fourth one and create a full dollar. You'll get to see that laser strat again. I can kill things from far away. And we are right about back to where we were. Side note, this is one of my favorite songs in the game. Disaster Piece, if you know him, did the music for this game, and it is very atmospheric. I love it. Okay, no rockets for you. No rockets for you. And last guy. That was much better. So that is our second to last module of the North. I'm just going to take back to the fast travel pad, and we're going to backtrack a little bit. Now that we have the laser rifle, we are able to hit some switches that require it to open new platforms and paths. So I will go through here, do a little lineup with my cursor to dash collect that health kit, drop down this ledge. Do a 5 length dash here because I got a ledge reset, so I don't slide out from that. And then try not to get absolutely dumpstered by these birds, which is not happening. Unfortunate. Yeah, you bonk once and you're in a bad time. This game is not very forgiving with invulnerability frames like that.
I guess just as someone that doesn't speedrun games myself, Snail, where does this rank on the list of games that are easy to pick up and learn the speedrun for this?
It's not bad. For the no major glitches categories, there's nothing too crazy. You're kind of just playing the game really well. Okay. So like, there's a pretty high skill ceiling, but you don't have to learn anything absurd. It's just being familiar with the game. The hardest thing about the game as a speedrunner is getting consistent at the chain dash timing, because in order to chain dashes together, you have like, I don't know how many frames, but like, let's say a 6-frame window or something to put in a new dash at your first dash's end lag. Also, the plinking, where you combo together your slashes and your gunshots, can be a little bit hard to get into at first, especially later in the run. We're going to be using some different guns for that as well. But I'd say it's pretty accessible. And we have some guides, like a good guide series on YouTube from Muffin, Covert Muffin. All right, so in the East region, it is the water level that was a race of otter people that were inhabiting the area, but in recent times it appears that some frogs have taken over and slaughtered or enslaved the otters, and it's just kind of a mess now. It's not a good time for anyone. Here is our first module. And I will be trying to carefully manage my stamina through these next couple rooms, doing full chain dashes where I can get a ledge reset or where I can run into like a room transition or a cough cutscene where I don't care about sliding out. One. Oh, dang. All right. Do it the old-fashioned way. There's the region's fast travel warp pad. And here is a cough cutscene that I'm going to run into, leaving me with more than enough stamina to get to this elevator and introduce us to the local enemy types of the region. Here in the underground lab, the laggiest room in the game, called Mega Huge Lab, we have these little plant guys. They only have 1 HP, they're kind of just fodder, but when they die, they explode after a delay, which is a little bit something that you have to watch out for, but also you can bat them with your sword towards other enemies and make them do friendly fire, which is insanely cool. So there's a lot of strats in these next coming arenas, including that one, where you will throw these exploding plants towards an enemy that's not awake yet, but you'll like still have the active hitbox for it available, and so you'll spawn something earlier than it should be spawned and kill it very quickly with the little plant guys.
Not to throw you off too much, Snail, but I just wanted to take a moment to welcome in the raiders from Jim. Thank you so much for the raid, Jim. Happy that you guys are here. We're currently raising money for Planned Parenthood. This is our marathon Rejects and Friends. Right now, you're watching Mechanical Snail's run of Hyper Light Drifter, a very moody, atmospheric game that I'm quite enjoying being a part of. My name's Type Rex. You can call me Rex. And if you want to get involved in this marathon, you can put in ! donate into the chat. That'll give you a link to donate. We've got a few things going on right now. There's a Hyper Light Drifter poster available for raffle with a $10 donation. We're also looking at a bid war for the Skyward Sword run that's coming up after this one that Jim will be a part of. I was told there was some shilling for Groose in the battle against Uwu. Groose is losing at 174 to Uwu's 220. And finally, if the game has a dog, we need to pet the dog. We're $10 in to our $75 incentive to pet the dog in the West section. And to round that out, I also have put in a matching donation incentive. Every dollar that you donate counts twice. We have $70 more available in that incentive. Every dollar counts, no matter how much. Be happy to talk more about Planned Parenthood when Snail gets a moment.
Yeah, we're about to see the dog here in the East region, and you want to pet this dog. This is a good boy. There he is. So, if you want to see us give him some stretches, you'll have to chip in for that. We just finished our 3rd module in the East, though, and you have until I finish my 6th module of West to get that in. So, like another 10 or 15 minutes. We will go underground here to the Mycelium, kind of northern region of East, for our next modules. This one has a lot of walking right now, so I'm just spending my stamina a little bit greedily because I'm stopping along the way at these interactables. And we will be introduced to the purple frogs here in a moment. Here they are. They have a little backpack. They're cute little guys. They throw a lot of fire at you. I'm going to be grabbing a safety checkpoint here at this elevator as I bonk on that mushroom. And here's one of the best use cases of grenade. There is a frog here in the bottom right that needs to die before other things can spawn. So I will kill him with a grenade on my way over to the left. I am very low on ammo, so unfortunately I will have to chase these guys down. And as you can see, there's one guy left, because in not every arena is every enemy required. There's usually a list of enemies that are required, and then some just are optional. I'm quitting out to menu so that we don't get that judgment death cutscene on our 4th module of the region. And then we will be proceeding back above ground. Staircases in this game are really weird. I could get into it, but I'm just going to mostly point out the most important part. They have invisible platforms above them that you can stand on, which is not game-changing, but it's like a fun little tiny shortcut that you can implement in a couple places. Like right here as well. Then I'll be refilling my ammo on these guys, shooting this pylon to raise these platforms, and proceeding towards probably the single auto-scrollery-ish module of the run. I like to call it Frog Ballet because we're kind of like on a dance floor. Do I need this health kit? Not really. But yeah, the only thing I can do to speed this up is to avoid causing lag with gunshots, so I will just be using short slashes to get through these guys until the very final wave, and waiting for them to spawn where I know they will. One more wave. And then that guy was not required, and he shot me while I was doing my victory twirl animation, canceling it and saving me like 2 seconds by interrupting that. So that is very nice to see. I'll grab that health kit because I accidentally wasted one just a moment ago. And we will be rounding out the top of East with one more arena.
Just gonna take
Grab
a
the
quick
safety
second.
save. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to let people know that our Tiltify page is kind of being a little bit sporadic right now, but rest assured, we'll let you guys know when it's back up. We'll provide some updates. But thank you for being here. Hopefully it gets back up by the time we need to get that donations in for the Pet the Dog. And again, Raiders, we're just happy you're here. And even though we might be we can't donate right now, just keep Planned Parenthood in conversations with your friends and family. Part of the value of Planned Parenthood is the ability to spread the information it generates and publishes.
Definitely. So, coming up on module number 6 of East, we have a little bit of a dash challenge where we need chain dash in order to navigate these platforms without getting burnt. They, spit out a fire if you stand on them for too long, and rushing through them with the chain dash will let us through safely. And we are on our way finally towards the boss of the East region, a big frog. We have a couple of arenas with a lot of laser strats. The laser gun definitely saves a lot of time in the East region because everything here has 2 HP. So we'll start off with a little forced cutscene to get reintroduced to the purple frog guys, just in case we missed them earlier. And then I'm going to kill everything on the right side of the screen, followed by a laser to that guy. I don't care about conserving stamina, so I'm going to do a full chain dash through this room. And trigger this arena. Come back here. There we go. And we have 2 keys right now that we've picked up. We picked up 2 keys in the north region. We're about to get our 3rd. Excuse me. Yep, 3rd key right here. And that will allow us to open the door in this room. Right past these guys. This door requires 3 keys to be opened. We're going to try not to get killed by this crusher. I'm also going to try not to fall on these falling platforms, because there is a glitch that can, if you fall on the edge of one of those, teleport you to the beginning of the room, which you definitely want to avoid in a room as long as this one. Raise this platform right here so we can walk across to our module. And then we will need to raise some more platforms to get back out. If I can get those enemies off screen, they will stop shooting at me. Bullets in this game despawn if they are off screen, so you can't shoot things that are too far away, and things that are too far away can't shoot you. Here's a bridge I'm opening up so I can proceed towards the boss, but we have to fight this arena one more time. We don't need to kill everything here. We need to kill that guy, this frog, this plant, and that purple frog. I will grab a health kit while this door is opening up slowly. And we have the East boss, who happens to be the easiest boss in the game. If you are too far away from him, he will throw jars at you, and if you are too close to him, he will slam his fist. And if you are too close to him but also behind him, he really thinks he can hit you. Like, he's sure of it. But unfortunate for him, he has a blind spot, and we are going to take full advantage. That lets us open this pillar behind him, and we just need one more module, which will be in the next room. 2 rooms. Okay. I'm going to switch to the laser gun, because I'm going to pick up a new gun, and I want the laser gun to be overwritten in my inventory. It is the shotgun. My beloved. I love this gun so much. It is the best gun in the game. Hands down. The shotgun is close range, of course. It shoots like 10 pellets that deal half of 1 damage each. So if you can hit something point blank, it deals 5 damage. And similar to the pistol, you can blink with it. You can add sword slashes in to increase the damage and help refill ammo. The shotgun, unfortunately, does have a cooldown timer where you have to reload it for a few seconds, but if you swap to a different gun and swap back, it forgets, and you can ignore that timer. So we will have some game-breakingly large damage here in a moment with shotgun blinking. Just absolutely deleting enemies and boss. I'm managing my stamina very carefully here. We're entering the west region, so if you want to see that dog pet, you don't have too much time left. Here's our first module, and I will need to know about the time we get to our 6th module if we're hitting that dog petting incentive.
We're getting really close. I do want to confirm that the Tiltify page is back up. Thanks so much for being patient with us, guys. Make sure to get those donations in. The $10 donation gets you into the raffle for the Hyperlight Drifter poster, and just make sure to add it to your cart.
All right, we are in the forest of hitboxes, as we call it. All these trees are a little bit bigger than they look, and very easy to get snagged on in different ways. but they also have gaps between them a lot of the times. It is a bit of a mess to navigate, but if you can do it well, you can really get the most out of your stamina. Please. Okay, that grasp is going to give me trouble. Oh my goodness. And then we're going to be coming up on a common theme in the West. This next room has a cough cutscene, but we can just go around it. This next room has an arena, but we can just go around it and touch the exit of the room trigger, where we would normally be cut off by a wall. There's just a tiny corner peeking out that we can. And then going through this room, this arena has a tiny corner that you can hit, and it will think that you're outside of the arena and lower the walls, letting you out without having to do it. I'm gonna kill that samurai just for safety. I'm gonna throw a grenade at these samurai and miss, because they can be a little sketchy. There we go. Alright. This module used to actually be in the any % route, but it is kind of difficult and awful to do, so I'm glad it's not in the route anymore. Just because the amount of combat and traversal is a lot. And I'm getting hit by these samurais the entire way out. But as you saw, we didn't have to do the arena on the way out either. The top of the arena also has a misplaced trigger where you can just ignore the arena. There is our fast travel warp pad for the West. I'm going to grab this health kit while I'm here. And our third module will be in this dark room full of wolves. We're going to get swarmed a little bit, but then all the other dogs that are running after us are going to get caught on this one little piece of grass, and they won't be able to reach us, letting us get this module nice and free. As for the fourth module of West, we're going to be going right up here, and we're going to be doing one of the biggest shortcuts in the no major glitches in the entire category. This is one of the most hidden, difficult to find modules in the game. And we're just going to walk on a platform that shouldn't be there to reach it without backtracking and backtracking and backtracking. I'm going to get hit by that spider, unfortunately, and then I'm going to raise this bridge. I need to get into this elevator, so I'm going to throw a grenade to clear out these enemies in order to not get bothered by them. And then this room has some crusher insta-kill blocks, so I'm going to be on a particular cycle. Please, sir, let me through. Okay. I'll kill this guy for safety as well. And break this crystal to stand right here where I shouldn't, and jump onto this platform that shouldn't be here. And we're through. There's the module. I will warp out to the fast travel point so we don't have to watch our judgment hallucination, and we will continue on in West. So I think we didn't see much of them so far, but especially here, the further we go west, there's more of these crystals. They get in your way, they respawn after you break them, which means they're good for refilling ammo with your sword, but they are also a hazard that you have to be cognizant of. We're going to do a swag strat here involving one, where we're going to shoot that to open up a shortcut for us to jump through, instead of having to go around there and save a few seconds. Really fun little time save you can do. And I'm going to walk around one of these crystals to get to the one behind it, hit this interactable, and refill some of my ammo on this crystal. And then there will be a fast module here on the right side of the room. Right there, that is our fifth module. So after I collect my next module after this, I need to know the result of the dog petting.
I'm just going to save you a quick minute. We just got a massive donation by Highly Incompetent at $603.69 with the comment,
oh my goodness.
Vector smoking weed. Thank you so much, Highly. I'm just cracking up because we've had a few Tiltify issues. I legit thought Tiltify just broke and I was ready to hand it in. Thank you so much. We are petting that dog.
Let's go.
Thank you
Let's
so much.
freaking go.
Thankfully, they didn't any money towards the bid war. That would have launched a far and away runner. So who's still leading that? Opposite Gross. Thank you so much, Hylian. Your money goes such a long way into making an impact in so many people's lives. And not only are we in uncharted territory with Marathon Records, we officially hit the $7,000 mark. That is a first for us. Yeah, I need a minute. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, chat.
That is incredible. All right. So we are petting that dog in this next room. I'm going to be doing a little lineup here on the wall so I can get through this bridge full of traps. And there he is. The boy. Oops. Oops. Oh man, I died. So now that I've died, I need to go back through this bridge, but I will have control during that cutscene. And I can give him some stretches. Oh yeah! What a good boy. That is the dog. We gave him some stretches. He deserves it. And then here's our friend the Guardian again. We're going to try to avoid his cutscene. I'll grab that health kit while the door's still opening. And proceed towards one of the more fun mods. This is the boxes module. It has boxes covering it. And you can do a little funny visual glitch where you don't break all the boxes and you can pull the module up through the floor through the boxes. It's kind of goofy. Yes. Cute. Ayo Belatra. And our last module of West will be the one I call Far, Far Away, because it is very far away. I will be doing exclusively dashes in chains of 2 to conserve stamina. If the game will stop lagging and eating my inputs. We go through this gigantic room full of wolves that want to chase us down. And tucked way over here in the corner is our last module. We have just a little bit of stamina left. Alright, all that's left in the West region is the boss, who is the hardest boss in the game. Definitely casually. Maybe in the speedrun as well. Definitely top 3 at least. He's very aggressive, but hopefully, if we do everything right, we will be able to manipulate him into just kind of sitting there and spawning ads without actually attacking us, in which case we can just wail on him. It requires some pretty particular positioning and hitting him in certain directions, starting with a 6 long chain dash to the left side of his arena. I'm going to push him down while he summons this guy. He's spawning a 3rd guy, which is amazing. I'm on the wrong gun. And that was pretty clean. It was not an instant kill, but it was very clean. I'm very happy with that. He didn't get much of a word in, and we are on our way out. West is the only region where the pylon room also has a judgment cutscene in it, so I have to walk in a weird pattern around the edge of the room, but we are able to avoid that and make our way out of here towards the final region south. The ultimate run killer south. You can't go to south until you've done the other 3 regions, and it is definitely a step up in difficulty. I can be pretty greedy with my stamina here, because we've got some cutscenes that we're going to be forced to watch. Here's the dog again. He's really hard to pet here. You have to do some really weird shenanigans because there's no save point in this room. But we get to at least say hi. South is unique in that basically the entire biome is underground. Like, the above ground is just kind of this empty wasteland. And underground is some, like, scientific labs, spooky stuff. And we will be forgetting to swap to laser gun and then swapping to it anyways. I need the laser gun for some long-range piercing strats in the next arena. This one. I need to kill these enemies quickly enough that I don't spawn in an extra wave. Beautiful. Very good, very good. And then I do need to not die to these pressure blocks. Beautiful. I'm a bit low on ammo here. These guys, these blade bots, are extremely dangerous, and they also happen to induce like a lot of lag when you shoot them, so that makes plinking them actually even more difficult. So they're definitely like my number one most afraid of enemy. But this module here wasn't actually a module, it was a mimic. If you do everything just right, you can kill him in the center before he gets to do anything, but if you let him go, he'll have some little robots that will shoot you with the bullet hell mode and chase him. You'll have to chase him around the room. He'll be very evasive. Luckily, I killed all the bullet hell little robots in the first burst of damage, so I just needed to clean up afterwards.
Wow.
Our next module, I just called Danger. Danger module. Definitely, probably the scariest module in the game, because first, we're going to be in a room with not much space and a whole lot of those blade bots that have 4 HP each, so your grenade can't kill them. You have to actually shotgun them if you want to insta-kill them. And the strat here is not to kill them, it's just to hide behind this pillar and hope they don't get to you. Then, we're going to run across this bridge while this Rocketeer tries to kill us. We're going to go through this arena without fighting the enemies, and then get swarmed while we pick up this module, and hope we can escape with our lives. And we're through. Easy as pie. This is also one of the sketchier modules. I call it Switches module because we have to run back and forth and press a bunch of switches in order to raise portions of the floor. Whoops. This gap is just small enough that you can run across it. I'm going to touch that door there for a safety save. And then we're going to proceed through here. I should heal. We're going to go forward and back through here to touch this switch. Raise some more floor. Get beat up a little more. Get rocketed. He shot a rocket and that gun pillar shot the rocket out of the air, damaging him, which is really fun to see. And we made it. We're alive. Definitely glad to not be dead after that one. Do a little safety heal here. Sneak by him. And we are on our way out. And now we have the hardest arena in the game. Well, the hardest arena in the run. I'm not going to let him do anything. Oh! That rocket looped all the way back around to find me. Ah! I needed to heal, but I was dashing in the same direction as those bullets, so they hit me twice. Oh, this is not ideal.
It's still just impressive move. I'm honestly just quite memorized right now, Snail. This is a fantastic run. Is this the make or break moment in the run for you?
If I'm being honest, the make or break moment is North Boss. I hate him so much, and he's a pretty tough reset point. But this is definitely up there, being one of the harder to execute moments. Please don't. Okay. I need to make sure I exit this room with good ammo. There, we have full ammo. These last 3 Dirks you don't actually need to kill. And we just get a calm, relaxing walk up to the boss of the left side of the south, Bullet Baker. He kind of looks like an oven, I think is why we call him that. I don't know. I won't heal. That's a little greedy, but I don't want to waste that heal. How? He's going to sit here and spend all day trying to lower these floor sections, which gives me just enough time to finish him off while he's still in melee range. Just absolutely melting him with those shotgun plinks. And I get a health kit for my trouble. Alright. So onto the right side of south. We have a long section where I'm not going to be warping to my fast travel anymore, so I need to conserve resources like health kits a bit. I do want shotgun out, so I don't need to change that. Shotgun these guys on spawn. I'll blink you to conserve ammo. Grab this health kit while that door is opening. And then there's a Rocketeer in this room that I don't want to engage with, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, shoot. Finish him off with the sword because he lived somehow. And then behind these invisible platforms we have a module. I think I will also grab a safety save on the right side of the room. No, not a safety save, but rather a safety health pack. Kaboom! And we go a very long time without a save point, so I just need to not die. I'll even safety heal. On the old patches of this game, this room has a intended shortcut with this little, please, hidden platform right here. And then with the grenade that we bought earlier, oh, please let me through. I'm going to explode these explosive barrels and basically one-shot the entire arena, giving us access to this module. Bonk on the wall. Because I'm not a gamer. 3, 3, 2. And I need to refill a little bit of ammo on these Dirks here. For South Boss. I'll see if I can do a trip real quick, just for funsies. You can save that Dirk and have him run around the arena if you nail that intro. if you nail that slide, which does not save time at all, it loses time, to be clear, but it is funny. I'm just getting shot in the face, I'll tell you what.
He just wants the run to go on longer. I personally don't have any problem with that right now. As we're nearing the end of it, just a good old reminder that to type in !donate to donate to this wonderful cause. We've made tremendous strides, and I'm always excited to see how far we can push it.
Yeah, we're making incredible progress with new records today. That was very, very good to see.
And we have one last bonus for this run is the art poster for this game specific at a $10 entry. Make sure to select that when you go to your cart. I definitely want it on my wall. I'm not saying there's any organizer partiality, but I hope that dawns someone's wall and you put it proudly. That is just a great piece. If you want to take a look at it, exclamation point schedule. It's on page 12. It's fantastic, and 11 by 17. It's definitely going to make an impact in your room.
All right, coming down towards our last boss of the South region. Do I have a grenade up? I think I do. Well, we'll find out in a moment, I guess. Oh, I do. Okay. That makes my life easier. I'm just going to grenade these 3 dirks so I don't have to deal with them while I open this door. I'm going to grab this health kit and refill some ammo on this guy. And then I'm going to try to sneak through here, excuse me, and interact with this without anybody noticing me. Nice. Then this room has a couple of arenas that you don't actually have to interact with either. If you're a gamer. Okay, we take those. And then I forgot to change to laser, so I can do this shot, that shot. And then kill these 2 guys from range. And I lied when I said the East boss was the easiest boss in the game. Actually, it's Scythe, especially on Old Patch. There's these barriers that rise up when you get into the arena, but he's going to get pushed by those barriers if you lure him into them and fall to his death instantly, allowing us to go right through the arena without actually fighting him. And that is just a very fun little glitch. Not a major glitch, by the way, but that is a lot of fun. And coming up to our last module, best way to round out South is just with a good old dash challenge. So we have some falling platforms that we have to do a long chain dash through. Whoop. And we are done with South. We have 8 modules in every single biome. We killed all the bosses. We did most of the dungeons. And we are down for the end game. So back in town, we have unlocked our end game. And we have a bit of a lead up here for another minute or 2 before we get to do the final boss. Any other words from you, Rex?
No, this has just been fantastic watching it. I just want to give one last push towards our bid war. Momo in the chat has been pushing that the battle is still very close. Uwu at 221 and Groose at 174. There's still some time. That run is coming up very soon. But just fantastic work, Snail. I'm gonna be very mad when I eventually pick up this game because I know I'm not playing it as well as you.
I managed to avoid a cough cutscene there by dashing over it perfectly, which means I'm a gamer. I don't usually get that, so I'm really hyped. Nope, that's not the button I want. That's the button I want. Okay, I now have shotgun equipped. And I'll do a funny. Oh, I missed it. That's too bad. Sometimes when you interact with this door, you'll like fall off the ledge and get sent 4 screens to the right and have to walk back slowly. I don't know why. It's a weird little quirk that only happens here in the game. I have no health kits, which means I have to play this fight really well. But you're not going to see much of this fight. I promise this is actually a really cool final boss with like a really cool movement set and animations and just really hype. But he has health total gated phase transitions. So with our shotgun blinking, we're just going to delete him before he can do anything. And that is a final boss. Game time will be up in about 30 seconds in the next room. So we killed the guy who was haunting our dreams. And now we get to walk out. I've had a blast up here doing this run. I'm pretty happy with this run overall. And I just want to thank like the Hyper Light Drifter community, especially like Covert Muffin has a lot of really good tutorial videos that got me and others into the game. And the endless wisdom of others like Sylvie and others on the Hyper Light Drifter Discord. But time will be coming up when I lean on this wall in 3, 2, 1, time. And that has been Hyper Light Drifter.
Well done, Snail. Was there any other shout-outs you wanted to give? That was just a lot of fun to watch. Thank you so much for doing that for this marathon and helping us raise so much money during that hour.
There are too many to name, but just thank you to everyone in the community and everyone in the Heart Machine community. Y'all are really cool. And thanks for having me. Let's see that donation tracker keep ticking up. Personally, I'm a Groose fan. I'm going to say it.
There we go. Love it. All right. Thank you so much, Snail. Guys, this has also been the end of my time here. I've been so grateful to not only be a part of this marathon, but just see that donation tracker go up. Please get that record as high as it can. And on a more personal note, as I mentioned earlier in stream, I'm a public health student. The money you donate and the information you share, it makes my work possible. And so just a very heartfelt thank you so much. I really hope to see you guys at the next one. And please, if you ever see me in chat, reach out to me about any public health topic. Love talking about it. Love making society progress forward. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.